Free State crowd. Nigeria, die clash, refereed by Acho Pierre Rizlen, the Gabonese referee. You can feel the anticipation in the air, and you have to mind your step as you get out onto the pitch. We don't want any injuries, any reason that we can't see the best show possible here in front of us. It is Zuko Ndonyelwa, depending on how it swings, of course. Nigeria, also the one big name missing to come in his place. Fisayo Dele Bashiru. The Lazio can use their pace, stretch the sinews in their legs. Ola Aina with the long throw and easily clutched in the air as well. Here is a policy. He does take it, and it's neatly headed out by the Nigerian defense. Back into play, and now Apollos, he thought that he found. Williams goes straight along the ground, and now looking over the top. South Africa attacking, trying to get around the outside. The cross does come in, he's peeled off, and the header just goes over the bar by Moha Nkota. Finding themselves in the space and using that blistering speed around the outside, the South Africans. Another future star for Bafana Bafana, replacing Aubrey Modiba. And a neat toe in to just edge the ball. Surprised if that's not the last foul. And there is the substitution. Bright Osai Samuel. And now neatly driven through the midfield. South Africans didn't feel like putting a leg in. Moses Simon with the first chance to attack, and he's completely scuffed FC in France. And he is used to showing a lot more quality than that, but we'll just see, yes, a weapon that they can employ, and great pressure there on the attacker. And turning their midfield as well. That's a brilliant play from the Super Eagles. Now driving up the line. Samuel looking for options, and a terrific piece of defending there from all three of the Bafana Bafana players. Some truly dynamic pieces of possession from both Nigeria and then from South Africa to win the ball back. And you just see that tussle there, hurried and hassled. Options on this left hand side. And they can go for the long raking diagonal if it is controlled. Nkota needs support. He's got two Nigerians on him. He still manages to find his man. South Africa still come through here. Looking across, and it's just taken another unfortunate bounce, and Nigeria survive. But Bright Samuel's given it away. South Africa could be in here. Nwabali with an excellent save. But that moment of hesitation from the substitute, Bright Osai Samuel, and there you did see Foster as that shot was taken by Apollos. They do, Bafana Bafana. Here's Lyle Foster coming out from the right wing, from the left wing rather. Here's Foster, lays it off. He needs to get into the box though, the Burnley man. It does come across. He could be there, Foster, and somehow Nigeria get. And now South Africa trying to break that line again. Coming on the outside. Oh no, it's disastrous. It's disastrous for William Twistekong. He's put it into his own net. And South Africa are 1 goal to the good. And it's a present from the man that sunk Bafana Bafana just a couple of years ago. It all came through that blistering break. He's come into the side, having been dropped because of a previous mistake. And that is a nightmare scenario for Nigeria's captain. Just look at that pace there from Nkota. Completely outdone there. Tebogo Mokoena with the pass, the vision. And it was just all too slow from William Troost-Ekong to adjust his body position. Nothing really that Stanley Nwabali could do about that. But the coaching staff of Bafana Bafana won't mind one, but how it goes in. They are 1 goal ahead here in Bloemfontein. Calvin Bassey now to Alex Iwobi, trying to effect something, going straight into the box. The defense does head it out though. And somehow it does find the feet of Mokoena. Ngezana out wide to the wing here. Very neat skill. And still managing to keep it alive, and just didn't, for what appears to be a South Africa advantage, possibly for a handball. And we will get a closer look here. No, it was indeed a foul by Wilfred Ndidi. Mbule to Moses Simon. And Nigeria having to contend with it, nearly going through there with Ademola Lookman last year. Now the space opens up in front of Iwobi. He does have men out on his left and right. Moses Simon's the one who picks it up and decides to go early. A bit of a surprise for Ronwen Williams. Just chested down. Oh, there we go again. The field for a second. It might just drop kindly to the striker, Lookman, asking for a little bit of movement from his winger. Here come Nigeria around the outside, chipped over the top, and this should be a goal. Nigeria have equalized right at the end of the first half. Calvin Bassey rising highest. And it was all through the efforts around that wing of Fisayo Dele Bashiru. The Nigerians showing exactly why they're so dangerous in those areas. Bafana's defense bullied there. Lookman was asking for the run, and just around the outside of Kabini, he let the cross get away from him, and somehow the ball ends up in the back of the net. Calvin Bassey's headed down. It seemed off of his own player, Dessels. And that will suit the Super Eagles very nicely indeed. Back in the game, it's 1-1. And Eric Chelle has come out of his shell. It all started with Ademola. And we just see this goal again. Calvin Bassey, well, upon reflection, it looks like an arm could have been used there. We don't have a... It's a brilliant piece of control, and now the brace is on. What can Tolu do here? Goes against the South African. His long legs stretched across, and it goes right. There's that focal point that Super Eagles were missing. And it was just a whisker away, whistling past the post. It just needed the curl. But he hit it with the outside of the first one, who blinks. Again going for that diagonal, and he's evaded his last man. But that looks like extremely good defense this time from Samukelo Kabini. He was found out for the goal, but this time gets the better of Dele Bashiru. Ademola Lookman looking very enthused with his efforts. Nigeria pick it up here, and they're still managed to gallop ahead of their defense. The ball does come in, but it's a little bit too far at the top of the box. Now the strike comes in and headed back. Nigeria keep it alive. It could ricochet anywhere, and it ricochets for a bit of a break. Here, South Africa come through. Oswin gets the pass away. There's men over on this left-hand side if they can find them. Lyle Foster being hassled off of it by Benjamin Fredericks. And the excitement growing and building. They still keep possession of the ball, South Africa. Mokoena out to the right, fullback. Looking for options, trying to calculate when next to attack. Obas, Mbala, Mokoena all working it out with Zuko. Mokoena decides to just try first time, and Lyle Foster came back from an offsides position. That's unfortunate for the Burnley man, not timing his run. A very, very tight call it was. Calvin Bassey, who threatened to keep the Bafana Bafana striker onside, has been grab it by the scruff of the neck as things stand. Now, Bafana, might they do that here? Here's Oswin Apollos. They still have it, Bafana Bafana. Mbala. And just the outstretched leg of the Nigerian defense enough to keep it away from the menacing number Samuel to take. And it just shows you in the blink of an eye, if you're not up to it, you can be undone by that extreme speed. And now he unleashes it. Picked up in a pocket here by Nigeria, and they turn and nearly found themselves with the break. Mokoena now. Can he ride the challenge? He can. He's now flexing his muscles. Mokoena goes for goal! Just over the bar. He's known for the audacious. And it wasn't even Mokoena, rather it was, in fact, Mbukazi. We're so used to seeing it from the number 4, we didn't even stop to think it could be from the young 19-year-old.
Afrika Borwa e tla bo ina mo maemong a botoka go feta Nigeria. Ditsholofelo tsa Nigeria di tla bo di fokotsega go senene. Ela ba romela Mareo. Romela Jalo Mareo. Hugo Bruce. Kiteo Kakauchana Jalo le banka. Hugo Bruce, Kakauchana Jalo le banka ya setlhopha sa Nigeria. Di sela mapa tse di sa rataneng ke se ke go se boleletseng.
For me, it was a great game with a lot of intensity, aggressivity, and because the pitch, the two teams tried to play well, and for me, my point of view, they did. Congratulations to South Africa. They did a great game. Nigeria team too, our team too. So we wanted to take a risk to stay in first half, to stay in one-on-one behind, because for us the win was we come to try to win this game. So we wanted to take a risk, and just we made just 10 seconds and we took a goal. But after that we had the state of mind to coming back, and at the beginning in the second half we put a lot of pressure on South Africa, but it missed something, maybe the last technical skill, maybe the last pass, or maybe the best choice. So the draw is a good result. The reality, this make a draw in South Africa against this great team. It's a good result, but for us, we wanted to win, so we are a little disappointed. But this is the football.
Thank you, coach. Right, we'll start here with you, Nick.
How big of a loss was it to lose Ola so early in the game? And is there any updates as to his condition at the moment?
Yeah, for sure, it was difficult because we use a substitute, and for the game of plan we needed to think about another thing. But so I think Bright come in the pitch and he gave everything. So we tried. This team tried. They gave everything. Try to win. So.
Okay, coach. Okay, here and here. So, coach, how difficult was it playing against such quick opponents, young boys with more energy, if I may use that loosely, so, and coming to play here in this environment that the fans have created?
Yeah, this, like I said, this is difficult to come here and to hope a win, because like you said, this team is very good. The winger are very fast, and the striker keep the ball. And during this game, like I said, we made just 10 seconds. We were not in the good position, and they kill us. So after that, we're coming back in this game because we were ready for that. So because our state of mind and the player and the state of mind of the player, they try to coming back and to try to score again. But once again, South Africa is a good team.
Okay,
Yes, hello, Eric. Get to the World Cup and have a chance of actually, you needed to win 4 games, so you win 4 games. Now you have played 2 games. What's going to be your motivation in the next 2 games now and beyond that for you and for your team?
So we are professional. So it's the 2 games, and for sure, this player want to win these 2 games. For now, actually at this moment, it's difficult for us because we wanted to win, and I think we did everything. So in 1 month we have the 2 last game, lot of things can happen in 1 month, and for sure, a lot of things about the point, about the team, about everything. So just we need to analyze this game once again, and after that we will see after the last game.
Okay. Is there anyone on this side?
Coach, you're the coach of Youth Africa. Coach, looked a little bit fiery between the two benches on the side. Yeah? Was that an indicator of just how much was at stake in the rivalry between the two countries as well? And back and forth between the two benches that we saw on the sidelines there?
No, once again, this is a big game, so there is some stress, there is some tension. So sometimes you can say something badly, and sometimes you need to fight, not against a real fight, but you need to manage it. It's sometimes difficult because of the pressure, but this is the football. This is normal when the two bench wants to win, and with every decision about the referee, one of bench is not agree with that. So this is the football, and for the big game like that, because of the game, and because even it's South Africa against Nigeria. So this is normal for me. But so we are focused on the game, and we try to win. The two teams try to win, so I have no problem with that.
Final question, yeah?
Yeah. Coach, Robert, from the time you played against Bafana Bafana and the AFCON with Manu, and looking back after this period, what would you say has changed of this team? I'm sure you have seen a lot more analysis also to this match.
So I think South Africa is better than the AFCON, this team, because they play well. The pitch was very, very, very bad, but they play well. They try to play well, like us. And like I said, for us it means something. Maybe the last choice or the last technical skill. But my judgment, there is lots of power in this team, in Nigeria team, and for sure I need to work again with this team, because we started to build something, and they need to understand quickly the philosophy, when we have the ball and when we don't have the ball, the game project, and of course the game plan. So we continue to work, and we have two games in 1 month once again.
Well, I think it was a game like I expected. On one side, a team who wants to play football, the other side, a team who tried to win the game by power. So we did it very well the first half hour. But after then, there was Nigeria who tried by physical game, who tried to come back, and they did. If we should have defended a little bit more aggressive, the goal would never arrived, first, and secondly, it was a handsball. But okay, it was 1-1, and then you can expect from a team like Nigeria that they would play another football. And it was like that. But when you see what progression South Africa made in that level of football, it's enormous. If South Africa of 2 years ago should have played against Nigeria today, we should have lost. And we knew in the second half that we couldn't win the game by playing football, by fighting. And that is what we tried. We fight as much as our opponents. We were as much physical as our opponents. And I think that the result is the right result. None of the two teams deserve to win. but I think we do the best operation with that point. And now we need one victory, and we have 2 opportunities. So let's try to do it as soon as possible.
Thank you, Coach. Who's that here?
Greetings, Coach. Towards from Purpose. Coach, what was the thinking behind the not starting Aubrey and Kabini in space? And just your thoughts about Kabini's performance.
I don't like to talk about individuals after a game like this, because this is a performance of the team. And some players were better than others, but this is what I said already in the pre-match meeting this afternoon. The best team will win the game, not the team with the best players. And I think the proof is there. So the performance that my team made today in this game makes me enormous proud. It was not good football, no, not at all. But the way they fight for every meter, for every ball, I think this is nice to see for a coach. Certainly when you know that this is a game where you have to do it to have a result.
Coach Chelle from Eyewitness News. In the first half, you seemed frustrated in the way Ronald was building from the back. What was the tactic and the approach when it came to how he was going to start playing?
We always try to build up from behind, and the first half hour it went well. But then we made some mistakes of positions, and therefore Ronald had to kick the ball, and a few times, it was not the right ball he kicked, and this is. That happens not so often with Ronald, because he had a good kick, and that brought us in danger some moments. So I asked him during halftime to be careful with that. Yes, he didn't do it anymore, but our building up was also not so good anymore. But you have to adapt sometimes also a little bit at the game of the opponent. And today, if we wanted to play football, it was impossible. So we did it in another way. And again, before the game, I was happy with 4 on 6 of the 2 games. We have the 4 points. So I'm happy.
You get 4 out of 6. Missing some of your key players, and playing some players with less than 5 international caps. What does this say about the progression of your team and the quality that you have? And also for next month, it's going to be key for you to choose a venue where you get a pitch where you can play a game.
I don't know.
So he's saying that you didn't have some of the key players because of injuries and everything, but you still had young players who performed and produced.
I heard that they were a little bit complaining because Osimhen was not there. In South Africa, there were 6 players not there. So I think when you see that team of Nigeria, even when you don't have Osimhen, you have so much other opportunities. So you don't have to complain about that. And I don't complain either about the players who were not there today, because I want to have a team, a real team, that if someone fell out, that we have another one. And I think we succeed in that. Even you see today, it's not so easy for Tabisa to come in because Zuko was injured. But there's nothing changing. And that makes me enormously happy and proud that we made that team like this. We don't have to be afraid anymore when someone is out, or someone is injured, or suspended, or whatever. There are replacements. And that makes us so strong for the moment. So yeah, let's go on and try again. Try to win as soon as possible that game that we need to be qualified. And I can assure you it will be a very big party when we achieve it.
Last two questions. Oh, he was also asking how important is it that we get a pitch that we are happy with for the next two games of our last round of qualifiers next month.
The pitch?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, the pitch, I think Monday there was a Nigerian journalist who asked me a question, and it was like we did it on purpose to play on such a bad pitch. Believe me, I was here 14 days ago, and I don't want to repeat what I said to the people from this pitch. We also need a good pitch to play football. And it was not possible today. Even we tried it, and we did it the first half hour. But when you play against an opponent like this on such a pitch, it's very difficult. So the next time we have to be a little bit careful to choose our stadium and be sure that the people who maintain the pitch, that they really know what we like to have. And it was never a problem in Cape Town. It was never a problem in Port Elizabeth. It was never a problem in Polokwane. So for the next game, we have to choose the right pitch, I think, because we need that also. And it was, even for us today, certainly not an advantage to play on that pitch against that opponent.
Okay, the last two questions, guys. So start there. Sure.
Coach, let's talk about the discussions. Coach, to have arrived so far with majority local-based players, how important is it?
Important is it? What is
we
it?
have gotten this far in the qualifiers with majority local-based players.
So how important is it?
For Coach,
How important is what?
So she's saying that we have got to the stage of the qualifiers with mainly a local-based team of players, not overseas, and how important is it?
Yeah, when you see the team of Nigeria, there is no Nigerian in the team. They all play abroad in big teams like Atalanta, like AC Milan, like Fulham, like name it. We don't have it. But you see, that is not a disadvantage. We have good players. Really, we have good players. And I hope really with what we did now with the national team and what hopefully we will do in the future, that those players get the occasion to go to Europe, because that should help South African football. You can be sure they will play in competitions who are a higher level than our PSL here in South Africa. And they will become better when they play in those competitions. So let's hope that the guys have the opportunity in the future, next season maybe, to do that and to go and play abroad. It will be big, it will be good. It's first for the national team, but also for the national competition. For the South African player. I give you an example. When you go to Belgium and you ask, give me a name of South African player, nobody can give you, except those who played in Belgium, like Bali, like Tau, like Keith. They played in Belgium, they know. But if you ask in Belgium, name me a Senegal player, a Cameroon player, an Ivory Coast player, they tell you. So the African player is not known, even when he's good. But he has to go out. And maybe the PSL teams will not be happy to hear that. But it has. Look at a guy like Bokazi. This guy has to go to Europe. He's 19 years old. You see the way he's playing is like he has already 10 years experience on this level. It's his third game with the national team. Third game. You see how he's playing. So again, let's hope that some players can do the step next year. It will be good for South African football, believe me.
Last question, Lawrence. You
actually answered my question.
You answered. Okay, that's the last one.
Coach, there was a scuffle between you and the Nigerian bench. What happened? Just explain to us.
No, but that that those are the emotions of the game, and sometimes when I see pictures what I'm doing, I'm telling myself, "Come on, guy." But yeah, you're nervous, you're tensed. Honestly, we got, I think, 3 yellow cards. So the Nigerians won, and that is not normal. I'm very sorry. That is not normal. So, and then yes, you are angry, you shout, all those players of Nigeria went to the referee complaining. Okay, then I react also by doing this. Okay, I don't have to do that. I know that. But yeah, what do you want? I want to win. I want to go to America next year. So,